Trump is scheduled to speak at CPAC on Sunday, and here is the corresponding chart. Interesting to see Uranus in a form of command of the chart through its elevated zenith status, a planet that often reflects Republican ideology through its manifestation of independence, individuality, and entrepreneurship. The problem is that these days, Republicans seem more in tune with the deranged side of Uranus, which is akin to the behavior of a rebellious teenager who refuses to ever abide by any rules, and instead of honoring the traditional GOP principle, espousing personal responsibility and hard work, the line now is, we're being oppressed by deep state forces that are trying to limit our freedom, and this is shown by the square it is making to Saturn. In reality, the Aquarius Saturn is the force of democracy, trying to check the impulses of these runaway liars and thieves, but that definitely is not the message they are interested in. Notice that the scheduled time features Leo rising, which is the same sign that rises in Trump's chart, and if he starts on time, even if he goes on one of his many lengthy rants, the ascendant remains in Leo for close to 2 more hours, so there's a good chance his entire speech will be in tune with his rising sign. The moon is in Virgo during almost the whole conference, but it manages to get into Libra a bit before Trump speaks. In Virgo, it's full opposing the Pisces sun, which is a pretty good reflection of all the made-up stuff that will be flying around, and since Trump follows this with the early Libra moon, the lying will continue though for a different reason. For one, it's Trump and he lies no matter where the planets are, and for two, Libra is the sign of his communication house, and as in reason number 1, when he lies he communicates, and when he communicates he lies. During his talk, the moon will be in sesquiquadrate to Jupiter, which signals the overexpansion of challenging Jupiter aspects, and therefore the exaggerations are going to be flying around. You've already heard me say in prior videos that the current position of the big planets is very perilous for the Orange Menace, and that of course hasn't changed. Where they are signals tremendous danger that is likely to come from his legal exposure. But notice that during the CPAC speech, Mars is elevated near his zenith, squaring itself in the natal ascendant point. So expect him to speak in aggressive, combative terms, especially because transiting Jupiter is now entering the trine to his natal Jupiter, giving him an extra dose of righteousness and confidence, and the fast-moving Sun is trining his Mercury as he is giving the speech, which is perfect for smooth communication, albeit full of made-up stuff, since the Sun is in Pisces. And where the big planet pressures are signaling that society is gunning for him, looking for him to pay the bills he owes, in his own behavior, these aspects will stimulate, as usual, his worst impulses. So for example, where Pluto opposing Venus is signaling the destruction of his career, he will ride the Pluto-fascistic imperious energy to declare himself the big dog in charge of the party. And where Neptune in the 8th moving in on his moon is forecasting upcoming serious problems due to debt, taxes, and finances, he will lie, deceive, and make up stories like never before. Is that even possible? The Saturn and Uranus pressure on his Sun and Moon, and soon to put major pressure on his Pluto, signal social forces that are moving in to block his imperialism, but in his response they stimulate his grievance mentality. Everyone is out to get me because they know I'm right. Sure, Donald, you carry on with your CPAC trash talk speeches. Keep sticking your knife deep into the GOP. Keep remaking them into the QAnon sedition party. You just keep right on yapping. Soon we shall see what you say when under oath for the depositions.